So, you're thinking about buying your first home in Arkansas. That's a huge step, and let's be real, it can feel pretty overwhelming. Like, where do you even begin? Well, in this explainer, we're going to slice right through all that confusion. We're giving you a simple, step-by-step guide to help you move forward with total confidence. Let's jump in. Look, it's not just you. Trying to juggle brand new terminology, what feels like mountains of paperwork, and a whole team of people, it's a lot. But here's the good news. You don't have to figure it all out on your own or all at once. We're going to give you the map to navigate this whole thing one simple step at a time.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll get you speaking the language of real estate. Then we'll introduce you to the key players on your home buying team. After that, we're going to dig into the money and bust a huge myth about down payments. And finally, we'll walk through how you can make a smart, winning offer.
Okay, let's start by taking this big, complex journey and breaking it down into a really simple plan. First things first, let's learn the lingo. Seriously, once you get comfortable with a few key terms, every conversation you have with your lender and your agent is going to be so much easier. You're going to hear a whole bunch of acronyms thrown around. It can feel like alphabet soup, right? Let's quickly break down the most important ones so you're never left wondering what on earth they're talking about. First up is the appraisal. Basically, this is when an unbiased pro comes in and gives their expert opinion on what a home is really worth. Your lender needs this to make sure they aren't lending you more money than the house is valued at, which, protects you from overpaying too. Now, beyond the price of the house itself, you'll have closing costs. Think of these as the fees for all the services that make the sale happen, like the appraisal, taxes, and title insurance. A really good rule of thumb is to budget an extra 2 to 5% of your loan amount just to cover these. Your credit score, it's kind of like your financial report card. Lenders look at this number to see how you've handled paying back debt in the past. And here's why it matters so much. A higher score can often get you a loan with a much better interest rate, and that can save you a ton of money over the years. Lenders will also look at your debt-to-income ratio, or DTI. It's simpler than it sounds. They just compare how much money you owe each month, like car payments or student loans, to how much money you make. It's just a quick way for them to see if you can comfortably afford to add a mortgage payment to the mix. The down payment. This is the chunk of the home's price that you pay upfront with your own cash. The rest of the cost is covered by your mortgage. Now, hang on to this one because we are definitely coming back to it in a few minutes. There is a massive myth about how much you need, and we are going to bust it. And finally, there's private mortgage insurance, or PMI. If you put down a smaller down payment, lenders see that as a little more risky, so they might require you to have PMI. Now, this is really important. This insurance protects the lender, not you, in case you can't make your payments. Okay, now that you've got some of the language down, it's time to build your support system. And trust me, this is not a solo mission. You're going to have a team of pros in your corner, guiding you through every single step. Your two most important teammates are going to be your lender and your real estate agent. Think of it like this. The lender is your money expert. They'll look at your finances and tell you exactly how much home you can afford. Your real estate agent, they're your guide on the ground, helping you find the right place, see it, and then negotiate the best possible deal. And hey, you don't have to just start Googling blindly to find these folks. A fantastic resource right here in Arkansas is the Arkansas Development Finance Authority, or ADFA. Their website has a whole list of participating lenders who are trusted and know the local market. All right, let's talk about the part that's on everyone's mind, the money. We're going to tackle that huge down payment myth we mentioned, and we'll uncover a few other costs you'll want to have on your radar. There it is. For years, maybe even decades, we've all been told you absolutely have to save up 20% of a home's price for a down payment. And for so many people, that number just feels impossible. It can stop a home buying dream right in its tracks before it even gets started. But what if I told you that 20% figure is mostly a myth? Because the reality for a lot of first-time buyers today looks a lot more like this. 3%. Yeah, you heard that right. Just 3% down. This is a complete game changer that puts homeownership in reach for so many more people. So how is that even possible? Well, through awesome programs like ADFA's Down Payment Assistance. For qualifying buyers here in Arkansas, this program can actually provide you with up to $15,000 to help cover your down payment and your closing costs. This is the kind of help that makes a massive difference. Okay, so while that down payment might be way more manageable than you thought, it's super important to have a full picture of all your monthly housing costs.
Your mortgage payment is the big one, for sure, but it's rarely the only one.
To get the true picture of your monthly costs, you'll need to budget for a few other things. Depending on the neighborhood, this could include homeowner association fees or HOA fees. And you'll definitely have property taxes and home insurance. When you add all these up with your mortgage, you get your actual total housing cost.
We've learned the language, we've assembled the team, and we understand the money. Now we are at the final and honestly the most exciting part of the whole journey, getting ready to make an offer on a home you absolutely love.
This is so, so important to remember. The list price you see on a house, it is not set in stone. Just think of it as the seller's opening move in a negotiation. You have every right to come back with a counteroffer.
So here's how you put together a really smart offer. First, you get the inspection and the appraisal. Those tell you the home's true condition and its actual value. Next, you work closely with your real estate agent to turn all that info into a fair price. And finally, you make an offer that feels right for the home and, more importantly, one that feels right for your budget. You see, buying a home is a journey, not just a one-time event. It has its ups and downs for sure, but it is so far from impossible. By understanding the terms, building a great team, and really knowing the numbers, you've already taken the biggest and most important first steps. The only question left is, are you ready to begin?